It's coming up to that time of the year again. It's winter. No, not that time of the year. It's coming up to Valentine's Day. So I thought I would explain why I dislike Valentine's Day. Because I'm single. So the first reason I dislike Valentine's Day is that it's basically just overly commercialized. How many years in the past, I can only imagine, like when our parents were growing up, I couldn't really imagine that there was all these adverts and all these like nowadays you can buy just about anything, and it just kind of seems like it's kind of pushed in your face a bit too much. The main problem I have with the over commercialization of it is that why have just one day dedicated to it when you can spend every day dedicated to it? If you love somebody, you show them every day, not just the one day of the year. So I think we should do it the opposite way, and for Valentine's Day, show the person how much you really resent them. And just so you know, this has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I am single. It really is. I suppose on the flip side though, it just means there's more chocolate for everyone else. If anything, I think we need to have a day of the year where we go around telling each other how much we actually hate each other. Because we're British, and we don't do enough of that. Then I got looking into the history of Valentine's Day, because I was wondering, why do we celebrate Valentine's Day? Well, as it turns out, the reason is, there was a guy called Saint Valentine, and he was in prison, and I think it was something along the lines of he ended up being a martyr, and somebody came to see him in prison, and he ended up giving them a gift one day before I think he got killed in prison, and that's why we celebrate St. Valentine's Day. So the moral of the story is Valentine's Day is based off of a criminal. In all seriousness though, I think we need, if you're in a relationship, you show each other that you love the person every day, not one day out of the year. That for me is the main thing. I don't think that you should spend one day of the year where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna do these nice things because I feel like I'm obligated to. It should be, if you're gonna do these nice things, if you're gonna buy someone flowers or take them for a meal, you should do it because you want to do it, not because it's January. Just not because it's February the 14th. That for me is the main reason. The date shouldn't affect what your plans are, really, in a way. If you're going to take someone on a date, then you're going to take them on a date. But apparently, a lot of couples decide to go all out. They go flowers and roses and chocolates and everything, just because it's February 14th, which for me is a bizarre concept. Maybe that's because I've never had a Valentine's Day date. Oh well. And if you're wondering how single people spend Valentine's Day,
I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending that I don't exist.
No, okay, in all seriousness, I will be spending my Valentine's Day getting ready, because on Friday, which is the 15th, I will be going to London. I'm sure I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. I'll be spending a weekend there, going to VidCon, so I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to show you guys what will be happening. I even have a sneaky way to get my channel seen by more people. So the final reason is basically, when you're single, it sucks. It's a reminder of everybody else being in relationships, especially when you have all your close friends are in relationships and you're just there like a potato. But it is what it is. I don't really hate it that much. I just thought this would be quite a fun video to make. So feel free to check out my podcast with Tom. I've got a preview of it. I will also be posting the full podcast on the podcast channel. Will be on Sunday. So feel free to subscribe to the channel and check that out, because that was a lot of fun to make. We sat there for well over an hour and just discussed things, as you do on podcasts. If you're new, then feel free to subscribe and say hi as well. All my social medias are linked in the description down there, so feel free to subscribe and follow and tweet me, and if you follow me on Twitter, that's where I'll be keeping you up to date with all the videos. I'll be posting all the video links. Feel free to leave a subscribe and a like. I've already said that, I know. I'm trying to think what else there is. I think that's about it. Mentioned the podcast. Until the next video, which will be on Sunday, which will be a preview of the podcast, I will see you then. I suppose on the other hand, with the over-commercialisation of it, let's go again.